Welcome to OkState Daily. Casey Porter here. So glad that you decided to tune in. It was another very successful weekend for the Cowgirls. A close game on Friday, then an absolute blowout on Saturday, and then, the floodgates opened late in the game on Sunday for a run rule victory. Cowgirls now 33-6 on the season, 12-3 in Big 12 play, and guess who they have on the horizon? Yes, it would be Tulsa, and don't the Cowgirls? They owe Tulsa some revenge. Remember, the Cowgirls went up the Cimarron Turnpike a couple of weeks ago and got beat by the Lady Golden Hurricane in a really low-scoring game. So super excited about that. It was a historic weekend. Caroline Wang, we're going to get into that. The historics that she came up with. It was another great weekend for the two best pitchers in the entire Big 12. Matter of fact, when you look at Lexi Kilfoyle and Ivy Rosenberry, they have the two lowest ERAs of any pitchers in the conference. So it was a historic weekend for Caroline Wang. The pitching continued to be fantastic. How about the bench? Girls like Jilyen Poulard. How about the way that she was able to show her entire game by bunting for base hits, beating throws out, and then also hitting home runs? Lexi McDonald had a big-time weekend. Tia Warsop got to show off her amazing speed. And then, like I said, just the regulars like Carly Godwin. Rosey Davis had a home run as well. And then Caroline Wang, 15 home runs on the season. She is now the single-season all-time home runs leader at Oklahoma State with 15 for a catcher. Now, guess who's in her sights? Yes, the one and only Samantha Schau, who in 2019 hit 20 home runs. So the next thing in sight for Caroline Wang will be the all-time single-season home run lead, which is held by, again, Samantha Schau for a player at any position at 20. And Caroline Wang is just 5 away from that. So early on in the first game, it was a really good game. The Cowgirls scratched one in the top of the second inning when Caroline Wang hit her first home run of the weekend, and as we know, it would not be her last. And then in the fifth inning, and then that's when Jilyen Poulard homered again to give the Cowgirls a 2-0 lead, of which eventually we saw Houston only scored one run. Lexi Kilfoyle would make that 2-run lead hold up, but hey, she didn't have to because the Cowgirls then again tacked on another run in the sixth inning on a Rosey Davis home run. So Caroline Wang, Jilyen Poulard, and Rosey Davis, all three solo home runs. You know, I was talk about all the time. We saw this with OU in the baseball series on Friday. They hit 4 solo home runs. Usually solo home runs don't win games, but they certainly did on Friday for the Cowgirls. How about Lexi Kilfoyle? How amazing is she? How amazing was she on Friday? Yet another complete game for her. Yawner, I know, because it seems like every game she starts is a complete game for her. Just 3 hits, just 1 run on the evening, 1 walk in 7 innings and 5 strikeouts. Lexi Kilfoyle has simply been fantastic. She leads the Big 12 in ERA. She has been totally dominant. She moved to 14-2 on the season and moved her ERA to a minuscule 0.84. And on the season for Lexi Kilfoyle, 100.1 innings she's thrown, giving up just 56 hits, just 18 runs in 100.1 innings, and just 12 earned runs. So just 18 runs all in all, just 12 earned runs in 100.1 innings, 86 strikeouts to just 17 walks. So you do the math there. That's a pretty good strikeout to walk ratio. So Lexi Kilfoyle brought it home on Friday evening. The Cowgirls won 3-1, and that set up the big rest of the weekend for the Cowgirls. Saturday was a slugfest. Lexi McDonald had a huge day. The Cowgirls, they slugged out 11 runs for the Cowgirls on just 10 hits. So you talk about efficiency. And then in the circle, it was Ivy Rosenberry and her show as she went 10-2 on the day. Just 2 hits for Houston and no runs on the Saturday afternoon game. So 11-0 is the score in that game. The Cowgirls got on Houston early. Again, getting that first run is huge. And in the first inning, the Cowgirls put up a 3 spot. thanks in part to a leadoff single by Jilyen Poulard. That's what I'm talking about with her. She hit the home run in game one. Now we saw the bunt base hit by Jilyen Poulard to lead off the second game. Then she advanced to second base on basically just the catcher, just aggressive base running. Caroline Wang, again, who had a historic weekend, a double down the left field line. That scored Poulard. And then Michaela Wark hit a home run to left field that drove in both her and Caroline Wang. In the end, it was a crooked number, a 3-spot for the Cowgirls, and they had a 3-0 lead, which was going to be plenty, but they certainly did not stop there. In the second inning, it was the Lexi McDonald show. She hit her first home run of the weekend over the right field wall, and man, she absolutely crushed that ball. The third inning, the Cowgirls scored again as Caroline Wang hit her second home run of the weekend. And in the fourth inning, the Cowgirls strung up another crooked number. They got 2 runs on a Lexi McDonald leadoff single to center field, and then Jilyen Poulard hit her second home run of the weekend. We've seen her hit home runs. We've seen her bunt for base hits and advance to second on the catcher. Now her second home run, Jilyen Poulard in the fourth inning of that. That moved it to 7-0. That was going to be plenty, but just for great measure, the Cowgirls added on 4 in the fifth inning when Rosey Davis singled to left field, and then Lexi McDonald hit her second home run of the weekend. And how about the grand slam? Congratulations, Lexi. That was simply fantastic. She's from Silo, or at least she played her high school softball in Silo. And if you don't know the background, Silo there in Oklahoma is a small school, and it is just an amazing, amazing baseball and softball school. They play both fall and spring baseball. They have produced just one after the other state championships. Softball the same way. That's for where Lexi McDonald played her high school softball at. So you know if you come from Silo, you're really, really good, something of which Lexi McDonald is. She homered to left center for the grand slam. So congratulations, Lexi. And then Tia Warsop, we got to see her speed with a hit later in that inning. And that, in the end, was an 11-0 beatdown. Ivy Rosenberry got the win in the circle. Ivy Rosenberry on Saturday moved to 10-2 on the season. And again, Ivy Rosenberry is just behind Lexi Kilfoyle in the second, having the second lowest ERA in the Big 12. That combo, those two combined, have the 2 lowest ERAs in the Big 12. And for her on the season, it has been just simply fantastic. Her and Lexi Kilfoyle are just a dynamic duo. How about an ERA of 1.04, 67 innings, just 51 hits. Just 51 hits in 67 innings, giving up just 10 earned runs in those 67 innings. And her strikeout to walk ratio is right at 3-1, 60 strikeouts to just 21 walks. So great job, Ivy. Great job, Lexi. Great job, Jilyen. Great job to everybody involved in the big win on Saturday for the Cowgirls, 11-0. And again, congratulations one more time to Lexi McDonald. Not everybody gets to hit a grand slam, so that is a really, really cool thing to do, and especially for somebody who deserves it as much as she does. So on Sunday, it's set up where the Cowgirls could sweep, and hey, give Houston credit. They blanked the Cowgirls in the top of the first. They were the ones to score first. They scored 1 in the bottom of 1. Cowgirls didn't respond in the top of 2, and then in the top of the third inning, that's when the Cowgirls got the lid off, and once they got the lid off, it just kind of became a sieve in terms of scoring runs. In the third inning, Tia Warsop, we saw her just kind of slap a hit that the third baseman just simply couldn't get it to first base in time. She got on base with her wheels. Carter Godwin singled to left field, and then Caroline Wang, a double to right field, scored 2, and that gave the Cowgirls the lead 2-1. Moving into the bottom of the third, Houston would only score 1 more run on the day. That would be in the fifth. So the Cowgirls, they put up a 2-spot in the third, and then they put a 2-spot up in the fourth and in the fifth inning. In the fourth inning, Lexi McDonald, we saw her grand slam on Saturday. She let out the fourth with a single to center field. You talk about skill, able to hit for power, also able to use the big part of the field. I talk about it all the time. Your home runs come to the pull side. All your hits are in the middle of the field. We saw that with Lexi McDonald this weekend. And then how about Rosey Davis with the 2-run home run to drive in both her and Lexi McDonald. And then in the 5th inning, Carly Godwin, another one we talked about. Pull side home runs, use the middle of the field for all of your hits. Carly Godwin had a single up the middle to start off the inning, and then Caroline Wang hit her 15th home run of the season, which, again, actually, I think that was her 14th home run, because in the 6th inning she hit, that was her 14th home run, and then in the 6th inning she hit her 15th home run in a 4 spot. That eventually gave the Cowgirls, it was a slower start, but it gave them the 10-2 victory, and they got out of H-Town, out of Houston, with a sweep. So there's a lot of good action. Let's get into some of the wonderful individual performances. So as we mentioned, Caroline Wang set the single-season home run record by an OSU catcher at 15. Now again, once again, sights set on Samantha Shao, who is the all-time single-season home run leader for a player at any position at 20. And how about this? Caroline Wang, not just all the home runs. She went 7 for 9 on the weekend. 4 home runs for Caroline Wang. 7 for 9, 4 home runs. Quite a weekend for the Cowgirl catcher. How about Tia Warsop? She can absolutely flat run. We talked about her and her ball to third base. How about this? Tia Warsop talking about being ready coming off the bench. A lot of times she comes in to pinch run. She was 3 for 4 on the weekend, moved her average to 375. If that speed that she brings off the bench is an absolute weapon. Carly Godwin had another 3 hits this weekend, scored 2 runs, knocked in 1 as well. She left this weekend hitting 358. What a freshman hitter. Her and Rosey Davis, all these freshmen are simply fantastic. Carly Godwin is at 358. OPS 1017. She has 8 home runs and 9 doubles. Okay, Lexi McDonald wasn't just the grand slam. She had 4 hits between the last 2 games on Saturday and Sunday, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. Now she has her average over 300 at 306. OPS for Lexi McDonald is 886. Great job, Lexi, no doubt about that. And then Rosey Davis also had the big home run. I mean, it was a shot. I mean, she's not like real big, but she packs a big punch for that frame that she has as an athlete. Home run number 6 on the season for Rosey Davis. She's hitting 358, OPS 1075. What another just tremendous young freshman in this system. And Rosey Davis has hits and has scored runs in 4 games in a row. How about this? Lexi Kilfoyle, Ivy Rosenberry, mentioned this earlier, but it's worth saying again. The 2 lowest ERAs of any pitcher in the Big 12. Kilfoyle leads the league at 0.84. Rosenberry not far behind. We mentioned it earlier, 104. And they handled Houston in the run rule on Sunday. Kilfoyle had 4 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 run, 3 Ks, 1 strikeout. Rosenberry had 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 run, 3 strikeouts. Also wanted to talk about Jilyen Poulard, who led the game off on Saturday with a bunt base hit. I mentioned that earlier. Then took second on the catcher. And, hey, that set the tone for this Cowgirl team. If you watch Jilyen play at all, she brings what I call infectious energy. She brings just a fun, competitive energy to the field. And I think her teammates feed off of that, especially when she leads off a game like she did on Saturday with a bunt base hit, takes second base, and then brings the energy with her home run. Really a complete player, really a fun player to watch. So I wanted to go back over that and just highlight the fact that, hey, Jilyen Poulard, yes, she has a complete game. She can bunt, she can run, she can take bases, she can hit home runs, but she also has an incredible vibe to her. She has incredible energy and is super fun to watch. So, hey, that's going to do it for this week's edition of OkState Daily. On the softball side of things, I'm glad you tuned in. Hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, hey, hopefully Wednesday night the Cowgirls again can get revenge on Tulsa. And then is the Iowa State Lady Cyclones this weekend. So 4 big games coming up. It is super fun to be right in the middle of all of the great action of the 2024 softball season. So look forward to all of that coming up. Thanks again for tuning in, and go Pokes!